Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Students, welcome back to our part 3 of the topic, the Abbasid kingdom. Specifically, we are discussing about Harun Rashid. We said Harun Rashid is one of the most celebrated Khalifa of the Abbasid kingdom because he was able to consolidate powers. He was able to crush all the opposition. Despite him being very powerful, very efficient, he faced a lot of opposition. Some of the opposition were from inside, like we say the Hashemites. The Hashemites, being Arabs, tried to oppose their own kingdom, but he was able to use the Persians to bring them down. And also, we had some internal conflicts. There were people who had intentions of trying to take over the Abbasid kingdom. When they missed the opportunity, they were trying to bring some skirmishes. We also talked about the kingdoms that were formed within the kingdom of the Abbasid kingdom, like the Adarisa kingdom and the Aghaliba kingdom that was established by Ibrahim, Idris, the brother of Yahya, and Ibrahim, respectively. This one is North Africa. Then we also said that another internal conflict that they had was the Persian family, which was given a lot of powers in the kingdom. They were dominating the finances. They were also dominating the military. Therefore, this one made the Arabs actually to feel as second-class citizens in their own kingdom. Therefore, they tried to incite Harun, and eventually they succeeded. Upon succeeding, the Persians were out of power. Now this one created a room for outsiders to try and bring down the kingdom. Among the outsiders we are talking about are the Byzantines. Therefore, our discussion today will be talking about the Byzantine kingdom that attempted to bring down the Abbasid kingdom. Now, who are the Byzantines? The Byzantine Empire is an establishment of the Romans. The Romans established an empire they called the Byzantine Empire. Before the rise of the Islamic Empire, the Byzantines or the Byzantine Empire was the largest in the region, and it was the very, very strong, or the strongest in the world. During the era of Khalifa Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Omar, they managed to silence them. So they tried to bring some skirmishes, they tried to interfere with the Islamic Empire, but these two Khalifas were able to silence them. However, their powers were not completely broken. Now, Uthman bin Affan, during his time, he managed to outlast them completely. He managed to secure the Islamic Empire from their threats. It means all the efforts they made to try and bring down the kingdom had failed. All the Islamic Empire had failed. Therefore, they opted to concentrate on their own affairs and did not bother about the kingdom anymore. However, during the time of the time of the dynasties, when the Umayyad kingdom came to power, and now the Abbasid, we said Harun is the fifth one. A lot of concentration was put on the internal affairs, internal conflicts, fighting one another at the expense of securing the borders of the Islamic Empire. Therefore, this one gave an opportunity for the Byzantines to regroup. There were so many groups that were yearning to have control of Arabia. Therefore, the Byzantines is an example of these groups. Therefore, they regrouped and decided to come back and make another attempt to bring down the Islamic Empire. Therefore, during the time of Harun, the attempts were so frequent. They tried to attack the Islamic Empire frequently, until one time, remember we said that the Persian, the Barmakid family, if you can remember, they were very, very intelligent in trying to secure the borders. But when the effort was succeeded in trying to bring them down, so that Harun even jailed this family, the Persians gave up. Because remember, they were the genius when it came to military activities. Therefore, they withdrew their services. They were not happy with the Abbasid kingdom anymore. Therefore, this one gave an opportunity for the Byzantines now to attack. Therefore, Harun Rashid and the other Arabs decided now to act. Therefore, he moved to the borders of the Byzantines and set a center, which is called Raqqa. Raqqa was a town near the borders of the Byzantine kingdom. He also converted Mesopotamia as a defending town. He made it as a recruiting center, whereby soldiers were recruited, trained, and being prepared to attack the outsiders. After several defeats, because they were able to attack the Byzantine first time, second time, third time, until now, their leader, who was a woman, was called Irene, sent a request to Harun. He told them he agreed to sign a treaty, an agreement, so that they can be protected from these attacks. However, some Romans were not happy with this. They said maybe it's because Irene was a woman that she feared to deal with Harun. Therefore, they decided that they should remove Irene from power and promote a man. Therefore, a man known as Nicephorus overthrew Irene and took over and wrote a letter to Harun. Remember, the signed treaty involved some payment, whereby the Byzantine were paid the damages they made to the Muslims, and also they paid for Muslims to protect them. Immediately he came to power, Nicephorus wrote a letter to Harun and told Harun, kindly return whatever you have taken from us, or if you don't do so, then we shall attack you. Because the word he used was that the sword will decide between the two of us. Therefore, Harun was not happy with that letter. He took it as if it's a mockery. Therefore, he assembled a very powerful army, and he replied the letter, and the same night, Harun attacked the Byzantines. Therefore, the attack was so great, it was so severe, that Nicephorus opted to sign another treaty with an increased payment. He said, I will increase the tribute that Irene used to pay. This one was a big blow to the Byzantines, because the objective of them removing Irene from power was to allow a man to come in who was expected to be stronger than Irene. Now, the fact that he was attacked by Harun and was made even to increase, to pay more than what Irene was paid, was a big blow. Therefore, when they retreated back, they were against Nicephorus. Therefore, he was forced to break the promise that he has put to Harun. Because of this, Harun attacked again severely, such that Nicephorus again pleaded with Harun, allow us please for the last time, we will never break the promise again. However, it happened again. After they were given another chance, they broke the promise again. Therefore, that is around after the 2 years. At first they paid for some time, then after 2 years they broke the promise. Therefore, this time round, Harun now decided to organize a very powerful army to bring the Byzantines down once and for all. Now, however, a problem occurred. Now we said about the Persians, who are very powerful, very influential in the kingdom of Islam. During this time, the Persians began revolting against Harun, or the Abbasid kingdom in general. Therefore, before he could make an attack to the Byzantine, a very powerful rebellion occurred in Khorasan. Khorasan is the center of Persia. Therefore, he had to abandon this mission of attacking the Byzantine because he could not fight two battles. There is no way he could face the Byzantines at the same time face the Persians back at home. Therefore, he ordered his son, Amun, to remain at Maru. We shall discuss about this when we talk about Ma'mun, who was put in charge of the Persia. Therefore, he told Ma'mun to remain at Maru, which is the capital city of Khorasan province, to be able to contain the situation as Harun was organizing the security of the borders with the Byzantines. Therefore, he later assembled a very powerful army to attack the Persians. However, before he could do so, when he reached a place called Sanabad, Sanabad is a town that is near Persia, Harun became very sick and died. Therefore, he was unable to bring the Persians under control during that time. Harun died after ruling for 23 years, and before he died, he ordered his family to remain under his son, who was called Alamin. Therefore, on his death, Alamin was appointed as his successor. To that, we have come to the end of part 1, and inshallah, let's meet in the next part. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi